Have you ever noticed how people around us can have a huge impact on our habits? Studies have shown that social expectations make a habit stick. When we are part of a tribe that has certain norms and expectations, we tend to follow suit. I personally discovered this when I joined a Latin dance school recently. Well, I expected to learn some new moves and stay active, but what I found was much more than that. People of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds had come together to dance and motivate each other. Strangers became friends, and my nervousness turned into enjoyment and empowerment. And I can't wait to go there whenever I can now. And this is why our Om Wellness Workshop is more important now than ever before.
So the Obesity Matters Wellness Workshop, what is this all about? It's a multidisciplinary interventional program for healthy weight management. This program is all about expert-led content and really supporting each other. And that community that Priti just talked about is going to be a really big part of this program. We want to be able to make lasting change that sticks. That is the objective here. We are working towards more health and more wellness in our lives. So it's time to break free from the diet culture. It's time to figure out, how do we cultivate a better food and life philosophy that works for each one of us? And it could look different depending on what your circumstances might be. And we really have to think about, what's our why? Why are we doing this? That's the most important thing. I would venture to say that's probably the most pivotal moment in this journey, is discovering what is your why.
Just started a new meditation practice that includes the word Om. So do you know that Om is one of those very primitive noises that we can make as humans, and it means gratitude. It means showing gratitude for our lives and what we have and what is possible. And often we have to begin our journey from a place of self-acceptance and self-love. Why? Because it is very hard to change in a constructive manner when motivated by shame, guilt, or hate. And I want you to think back to your own history of embarking on a diet, which I hope you've given up on, or embarking on a journey to change your relationship with food or move your body more. So to begin this journey, this year-long journey together, I'm going to invite you to put down the bags, the heavy, heavy baggage of shame or guilt or hate, if that's something that you're struggling with, because nothing will slow you down more than discouragement. Nothing will slow you down more than harsh criticism, especially the ones that happen only inside of your head. And you want to just create motivation and energy, and love is always energizing. What we're talking about is what you want in terms of your health. So to determine your why, a meaningful one, sometimes we look at values. And I can give you a list of values and you would say, check, check, check. Yeah, I have a value of being a contributor to society, and I have a value of being a good child to my parents or my good sibling. But that tends not to be a North Star that keeps you going. They're great values. I want to dig or mine for values that are so personal to you, that are unique to you. So when you honor your values, three things happen. One, it's additional fuel to motivate the fire and build steam for action, which you're going to need for the next 12 months. Number two, they undermine the work of the inner saboteur. We all have an inner saboteur. So this is big, and this is vulnerable for so many of us. I've struggled with my weight and my eating for decades. Diets, over 95% of them fail. Imagine boarding a plane and the pilot says, buckle up, guys, we got a 95% chance of crashing. You're like, where's the exit sign? But we don't do that with diets, right? Come January, a lot of us fall into that trap, even though the stats are against us. But if I'm pointing to my values of wanting to be productive and creative, that kind of hushes it. It's like, oh yeah, but that's what I really want. Weight loss or weight management, that's a byproduct. But when I'm living my values, God, I feel so good. And number three, we have more fulfilling lives.
So what is wellness? Well, wellness is defined as the active pursuit of activities, choices, and lifestyles that lead to a state of holistic health. Active pursuit is really associated with making choices, taking action, having intention, and holistic is really about being beyond the physical health, that there are many facets to this. And I also want to point out that this is very individual. We all have a responsibility towards ourselves in achieving wellness and taking action and moving in that direction. This is something that others can't do for us. It's something that we really do need to do ourselves. But what we're so excited about with this workshop series is that we're part of a community that is going to support each other along that journey. So wellness is defined by the Global Wellness Institute and has 6 pillars. The first is physical. This is about nourishing your body through exercise, nutrition, sleep, etc. And then there's mental. Mental is associated with learning, problem solving, creativity. Emotional is associated with awareness, acceptance, expressing feelings towards self and towards others. Spiritual focuses on the search for meaning and purpose. What's your why? Social is associated with connection and being with others, not just being on your own, and a big part of what this workshop series is all about. And environmental is your positive relationship between the planet and humans in general. So how are we traveling along our journey on this earth and making sure that we're taking care of it as well as taking care of ourselves?